I want to say this about homelessness, which is an issue. The ultimate manifestation of our failure as a society is demonstrable on our streets, not just here in San Francisco, but all across this state and country. I was in Missoula, Montana, I kid you not, and drove into Missoula, and I felt like I was in the Tenderloin here in San Francisco. This is by no means unique to the coasts, no means unique to large urban centers like San Francisco, or for that matter, even LA. The issue of homelessness. Now, it's an interesting fact in California, we're the only state in the nation that does not have an interagency council to end chronic homeless. It's a requirement under Housing and Urban Development for certain federal grants, but we haven't even created the platform to which then we engage in a conversation about connecting dots. One thing I've learned, it's very difficult for a city, 47.5 square miles, to solve the problems of not just the region, but the state. And mark my words, what you see manifested on your streets here in San Francisco is not a San Francisco problem. It is a national problem that's magnified here in San Francisco. The state of California has been nowhere to be found on the issue of homelessness. And it is not surprising the state has more people living on the streets and sidewalks, chronically single adults, than any other state in the nation. And not just, again, by scope and scale, the size of our state, disproportionate number of people, because we haven't done enough. And so we have many ideas on this, begin to regionalize solutions, many ideas and ways we can connect dots and build the kind of collaborations that are long overdue. But I won't burden you with those at the moment. But I do think technology, interestingly, I'm trying to connect that dot here, can play an outsized role. The person I mentioned earlier, Mark Benioff, the reason I mentioned him, among other reasons, is I've got to know him very well. But I met him when I was first mayor, and I had a program called Project Homeless Connect. And it goes to your question about civics and engagement. It was a way of saying, look, the problem of homelessness is not City Hall's problem, it's our problem, right? There's that great billboard on the 405 freeway in Los Angeles. I don't know if you've ever seen it. And it's 405 is, you think the congestion's bad here down to Palo Alto. You got nothing. And it's a big billboard that says, you're not stuck in traffic. And you're like, what the hell is that? You get closer, 20 minutes later, you get 30 feet closer, and you look and you see that it's not just the big bold letters, you're not stuck in traffic. Underneath, in parentheses, it says, you are traffic. Right? Think about that, right? You're not stuck in traffic, you are traffic. Society becomes how we behave. We are our behaviors. We are our broken system of government, politics. Look in the mirror, folks. It's the world we created. It happened on our watch. What you see out there on the streets and sidewalk happened on our watch. There's a sense of responsibility, and that responsibility I tried to organize around through Project Homeless Connect. But Mark said, well, how do you know how many people you're serving and who's helping? I said, well, we have people there and they check in. He said, well, they're using cloud-based. I said, what? Clouds in the sky. What are you talking about? I don't even know. And so he offered their technology platform. Google came in and started offering free voicemails. We realized people didn't have cell phones at the time. They didn't have access to voicemails. And Sprint started doing long distance. And we got miles donated. And United Airlines came and started allowing people, if they wanted to get back home and see loved ones. FedEx, because of their database, had the ability to reconnect people with families. If there was Mr. Smith in this town, they were actually able to granularly find that person and connect them. We had wheelchair repair people. It was a magical thing, but technology became the backbone of a platform for kind of civic engagement. And so again, it's a way that we can, I think, begin to collaborate more regionally and broaden the capacity for us to begin to solve some of these vexing problems, which, by the way, are eminently solvable. Homelessness absolutely can be solved. I have thousands and thousands of human beings that are testament to that fact. Do not ever accept the notion that people ultimately are service resistant. I find that completely defeatist, and I can prove to you over and over and over again. You may not get that person the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, but you eventually are going to get someone. No one wants to live out in the sidewalk. No one wants to be out there self-medicating drug or alcohol addictions. No one wants that. And every single one of those human beings have capacity, they have a story, they matter, and we've got to put a human face on this real tragedy in this city and this state.
We're just gonna